Hello, my name is Dr. Paula Chandler Paramore, clinical psychologist, trauma specialist, and mind body wellness coach. Welcome to this episode of the biopsychosocial characteristics for soulful longevity. Have you ever wondered where the time has gone? One day I looked up and all of a sudden I was 70 years old and I was in disbelief and traumatized. Where did my life go? All my life I bragged about my age. At 57, I got my Bachelor's of Science. 63, I got my Master's of Science. 66, I got another Master's. And 77, I got my PhD. Before I pursued these degrees, I was a certified group aerobics instructor, happily teaching soul line dancing throughout the tri-state area of Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey, and New York City. I have danced and entertained my whole life. I enjoyed being around people, especially young people. However, something happened to my mindset at age 69 as I approached my 70th birthday. For the first time in my life, I felt old. A friend questioned whether I was going through a late midlife crisis. Hmm. You might question, how am I going through a midlife crisis after accomplishing so much during my lifespan? I asked that same question. Well, I was looking at the present moment to the end of my life. I wasn't really focused on my past achievements. So I began to ponder the meaning of midlife crisis. Harmon and Lee 2025 explained that a midlife crisis is also referred to as a type of psychological crisis, which is a transition in identity and self-confidence that usually occurs in middle age around 40 to 60 years of age. Midlife crisis is a turning point in middle age that is associated with feelings of being stuck or mourning lost opportunities. I just received my PhD at age 70. I didn't lose any opportunities. And for the first time in my life, I did not have a goal or agenda for the remainder of my life. I actually thought this was the end of my life. For a year, I felt useless and worthless. Was this depression or midlife crisis? Then I learned a term called late life crisis. Late life crisis is something somewhat different from middle midlife crisis, and as it has to do with social change. My life was no longer the way it used to be. My identity changed from dance teacher to psychologist. Leader and Shapiro 2021 believed that you grow up twice, two times, from childhood to adulthood, and then from adult to elder. I'm realizing that my thoughts, even those in the past, were affecting my body on a cellular level. This is why Logan 2021 suggests adopting a mindset that focuses on longevity. So exactly what is soulful longevity? Lee Bresser and Chen 2024 writes, for the Mayo Clinic on Healthy Aging define soulful longevity as living a long and healthy life by incorporating spiritual and psychological well-being into the pursuit of longevity. This approach emphasizes that true longevity extends far beyond just how old you get and involves a deep sense of purpose, happiness, and spiritual connection, which can be found through practicing meditation, connecting with nature, forming strong social bonds, and living a life of meaning and joy. The moment I allowed myself to think old and that I was now old, I began to feel the biological components of aging. Feng Wang 2025 explains that good mental health is required to achieve longevity to fight depression, anxiety, and loneliness that can lead to unhealthy behaviors. Feng Wang agrees that aging is centered around physical health and mental and social health does not seem as important. According to Burhans and Wimberger 2007, I was starting to experience genetic instability as my body's cellular mechanisms began to slow down with my age, and I allowed my mind to go down the old rabbit hole. I began feeling fatigued with low energy. Makala 2025 of AARP recommends 9 ways to fight fatigue and to get your energy back. Vidaka et al. 2017 explained how telomeres protect chromosomes from frying or sticking together, thereby preventing damage to genetic information. The objective is for telomeres to elongate. However, they shorten with cellular division, become too short, and they die. Telomeres shorten during the aging process because they become shorter throughout the lifespan through cellular division. DNA instability is caused by short telomeres that are dysfunctional and is linked to age-related illnesses. Aging increases DNA damage due to a lower repair capacity and unhealthy lifestyle factors. Free radicals are primary responsibility for age-related cellular damage. I often find myself complaining of feeling tired, weak, exhausted, or lacking energy to complete this daily task. Who et al. 2025 reported that the mitochondria produce energy in the form of adenosine triphosphate, and their functions decline with age. The mitochondrial dysfunction is a condition in which the mitochondria, the cell's primary energy producers, are unable to produce sufficient energy, resulting in various symptoms such as muscle weakness, developmental delays, organ failure, and seizures. Genetic mutations or environmental factors are responsible for the dysfunction, which affects energy demanding tissues like the brain and muscles, and can be linked to conditions such as diabetes, Parkinson's disease, and aging. I, for one, I'm tired all the time. Making this video is tiresome, but fatigue resembles physical pain, and the absence of energy is linked to a poor quality of life, contributing to disability and functional limitations. I hear this all the time. Exercise, eat healthy, manage your medication. Thank God the Psychological Association withdrew aging as a mental disorder from the Diagnostic Statistical Manual because Butler et al. 2015 suggests that aging should be recognized as a disease. In conclusion, the biological psychosocial approach to longevity emphasizes that aging well is not just about biology, but also about a dynamic interplay between biology factors, genetics, psychological factors, social connectedness, and social economical status. This helps me to recognize that these components are complex and interconnected, influencing my ability to maintain well-being and functionality throughout my lifespan, and is used to understand and promote successful aging. The body's cellular mechanism slowly breaks down as we age. Over time, the accumulation of DNA damage is caused by environmental harm, including free radicals and toxins in the Earth's atmosphere. These free radicals can cause mutations, chromosomal abnormalities, and impair cell function. The mechanisms that contribute to DNA damage include oxidation stress, mitochondrial dysfunction, mutations in DNA replications and repair proteins, telomeres erosion, and epidemic changes. The references that I announced earlier were Burgess et al. 2015, Burhans and Wiener 2007, Harmon et al. 2024, Hu et al. 2025, Labressa and Chen 2024, Leader and Shapiro 2021, Long 2021, Michaela 2025, Reberg et al. 2022, Therwang 2025, Verdakak et al. 2017, and Zarovakov 2018. Next episode will be on what are you going to do? How can you pursue a soulful longevity life? Thank you.